Steiner really believed that his question was, and also, understand that the first Steiner schools, Waldorf schools, were born in the breath that the world took between World War I and World War II. So he also very much wanted to prevent another such thing from happening, and he couldn't, obviously. But he said, what do we have to do so that education can have a heart again? And his whole gesture was putting the heart back into education, putting the love for humanity and the environment back into education, so that everything you do is an act of reverence. You don't disengage from life in order to meditate. Life is a meditation on everything that is in it, because everything in it is sacred. And so that kind of flows through everything that we do. And again, very similar to Montessori, another parallel is about, he said, our purpose is to have free thinking human beings who know how to impart purpose and direction to their lives, and that they do that with responsibility for others, because it's not just get what you can out of this world, but it's very much be aware of your fellow human, because everything that happens to you could eventually happen to them, and vice versa. So take them with you, be responsive and responsible, and I think also his focus on the imagination and the sort of moral imagination, like out of the things that we imagine comes the reality of tomorrow. So we need to be able to imagine things that are for the benefit of the planet and humankind. And so that was his task, really, is to, develop the imagination, develop the will to bring that into being, and the capacity for loving our fellow human beings and the world that we're in as a place that is sacred. So I think that would be my.
So it sounds like Montessori and Steiner both built on a social emotional curriculum, a base, a foundation that's a social emotional, and that that social emotional learning curriculum is embedded in the classroom structure in so many ways that are hidden, in the ways that the furniture is arranged, the kinds of pencils you can use, and the relationships between students and teachers and so on. It's not like a class you do once a week for an hour on Thursday afternoon. It's built into the whole structure. Would you say that's true for Steiner?
Yes, very much, very much. In fact, because Steiner curriculum is based on breathing rhythms throughout the day, throughout the seasons, throughout the years, and through the whole 12-year journey. And so there's a sense that you're tied to bigger rhythms in the whole universe, like how many times, the Earth spins around the sun, in 75,000 years. All of those rhythms are part of it. So very much that kids like dropping in for a day or a week or a year, that's not really the idea. The idea is that, you're on this huge long journey through space and time. So it seems like there are a lot of overlaps in there's a spiritual dimension, there's a social dimension, and then there's an academic dimension.